Patricia, and another question that I think many of our listeners may have now is, so they are in a leadership position, they have a team, and they understand that there may be benefit in sharing your struggles, but at the same time, they're thinking about, okay, but I need to maintain a position of authority, otherwise I will lose all respect. What would you say?
Mm-hmm. That is a very common thing that we hear, is people worried about that. It's like, I want to seem competent. I want to seem like an authority figure. To be quite honest, you being in a leadership position, people already assume you're competent, right? Unless you're completely failing at everything you're doing and, it's very obvious to your team that you're missing deadlines and things like that. If you're doing your job, you're doing it decently well, people assume that you're competent. So the fear around that is typically unfounded. Most people are not looking to find holes in your authority. They just already give you that. It's given your title, given where you are in the organization. And if you've been in the role for a while, that probably already exists. And your struggles don't need to be, that I'm terrible at my job and something really big like that, right? But I think it's reasonable to say, like, hey, I have a really hard time being on a 2-hour Zoom call. Like, I have a hard time focusing on that. Here are some tactics that I work on. Or like, do you have even with your team member, do you have some advice on how we could do that? Or maybe you ask to not have 2-hour Zoom meetings with the project that your team member is leading because you've given them that struggle. That's not really going to completely counteract the competence that you've already shown or the authority that people already assume you have based on your title and your position in the organization. It's going to just show that you're not perfect. So I think you don't need to kind of give everybody everything, especially all at once. But if you share a struggle here and there over time, it starts to continue to build that relationship and that trust over that period of time that you're sharing it. But yeah, don't just divulge everything you've ever struggled with in one conversation. That's probably the only time you'll see it make people question you.